Okay, I want to go ahead and explain grades to you so you kind of have an idea of how this works. So if you go to grades for your child, there are going to be this list right here of the grades and what you're looking for. So if there's a 0 there, it means that it is most likely missing. So it'll say missing next to it, and that just means that they haven't turned it in yet. So it doesn't stay that way. Even if they don't turn it in at the quarter, they'll still get half credit because we don't believe in zeros. And there's no penalty for late work, so they can turn it in whenever they want. They can turn it in however many times they want, but the quarter does end next week, so we want to make sure we get those things submitted. So if it's a 0, it means that they probably haven't turned it in, or it could be that they turned in the wrong thing, and there's always going to be a comment there that tells them that. When there is a comment, this is a test student, so there's no comments right now, but there will be a little kind of speech bubble sort of deal looking thing next to it, and that'll be meaning that there's feedback, so you can click on it and it'll tell you why they didn't get a perfect score and how to fix it. So it's feedback on how to resubmit. We always encourage students to resubmit. They can resubmit as many times as they want. We want them to learn from their mistakes and to fix them, so it's really important to us that they do resubmit, so please encourage your child to do that. So if a child doesn't have it turned in, it's going to say missing and it'll be a 0 there. These have grades because I did some to kind of show you. They could have excused next to it. It means that I excused it. If I haven't graded it yet, but they submitted it, it's going to have this little paper here, and that means that I haven't quite gotten to it yet, but I will get to it by the time the quarter ends. Our last grades for this quarter are going to go in this week, are going to be the last ones for this quarter. Anything we do next week are going to go on to second quarter grades, so that's kind of important to know too. Another thing I want to talk about is I don't give homework in science. Everything we do in class, and I've even given some catch-up days for kids to kind of catch up on the things that they're missing in class, and those that are completely finished will work on extension project ideas. So it's just some extra learning that they're interested in, so that we all are doing something of value during that time. So please encourage your child to get things submitted. It's most likely, if they haven't missing, that one they just forgot to submit, and that happens a lot of times, especially trying to get to know Canvas. So they worked on it, it's somewhere in their drive, and they just haven't submitted it yet. It could be that they accidentally submitted the wrong assignment because they went through it too fast and submitted something else, and I try to leave feedback if it's the wrong assignment submitted. And it also could be, and least likely, but it does happen, that your child did not use his or her or their time wisely, and in that case you just kind of have to encourage your child to use that time, because I don't want them to work on this stuff outside of school. I want them to work on it in school, so I know what they know, and I want them to enjoy that time with their families and friends in the evening, because they work really hard during the day. So I want them to get it done in class, so I try to make sure we have plenty of time. Another thing I want to say is most of us have flex time during the week 2 to 3 times. There are some students who don't have flex time. They have different classes during that time or intervention, but most of the students have flex time during the week 2 to 3 times, and that time is the study hall to get things done. We post up on the board what to do in all core classes and things that kids need to make sure they get finished and caught up on. So ask your child if they are using that time to do that. That's a great time to ask questions, to get resubmissions finished. So just kind of check in to see if they're doing that, if they're using that time to get those things done. I want them to do it at school, so that's why I try to give as much time as we can to get these things completed. So please check in with your child this weekend, maybe go through this grades kind of part of science and make sure things are submitted and that we're checking that feedback and getting those things all done. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I just want to make sure you kind of understand how it goes and what it looks like.